Back in this country now, Governor Mitt Romney hitting America's heartland yet again today, taking his 6-state bus tour through some battlegrounds like Wisconsin and Iowa. And although the president won all 6 states back in 2008, Governor Romney says he is the one who can restore America's greatness, using one of the greatest lines, in fact, from the great communicator.
This is the time that counts upon America, and for us to have a strong military and have a strong economy and strong families, we're going to have a president who understands the values and the principles that made America strong. I will. We will restore America's greatness. America's greatest days are ahead. We're the shining city on a hill.
And at that stop in Ohio is with House Speaker John Boehner and Senator Rob Portman, and Carl Cameron is live in Janesville, Wisconsin, the stop of the day. How you doing, Carl? Good morning.
Hi, Bill. Well, yeah, Mitt Romney spending a lot of time yesterday sort of echoing Ronald Reagan and taking the 6-state bus tour across the heartland, using it to sort of court rural voters. He recognizes that in these key swing states that he's been campaigning in, day 4 we're at now, President Obama has an advantage in the urban area, so he has to pick up rural voters in order to win these important states. Yesterday, he was obviously campaigning with the Speaker of the House, further allegiance to the Republican agenda in the House in Washington for Mitt Romney. Today, the Republican nominee will be campaigning with 2 GOP luminaries. Scott Walker, recently re-elected in that challenge to his gubernatorial tenure a short while ago. He obviously now a Republican champion when it comes to budget fiscal frugality and labor unions. And Paul Ryan, the chairman of the House Budget Committee, who's often talked about as a potential vice presidential running mate for Mitt Romney. Of course, we'll be hearing Romney talk just a short while from now here in Janesville, which is Paul Ryan's hometown. All of this comes contemporaneous with a new web attack video coming out from the Romney campaign, slamming President Obama for 3 years ago, finally proclaiming the economy his own, and demanding responsibility for it. Listen to this clip from that web video.
So I welcome the job. I want the responsibility. Give it to me.
And Romney comes back at the end of that web attack video, and there's some video of him on various different speeches where essentially he says, now it's our time, referring to Republicans who have promised to bring fiscal discipline to the budget, try to curb the deficit and debt, and straighten out some of the foreign policy problems that they're now blaming on President Obama around the world, Bill.
As you know, Carl, he was doing CBS on Sunday morning, but he would not say if he would undo the president's executive order on immigration from last Friday. What more can you add about that from the Romney team?
Well, one thing he did do was he claimed that the president's decision to make this executive order on Friday, the day after a fairly coolly received speech on the economy, was pure politics and timing, both to perhaps overshadow what was considered by many to be a weak economic speech the day before, but also to play politics towards immigration, insofar as both Mr. Romney and the president will be speaking to the NALEO organization of Latino legislators in Florida later this week. And Mr. Romney did not say that he would overturn and or keep in place the president's executive order. Instead, what he's arguing is that he'll come up with a comprehensive program, a piece of legislation with Congress that will ultimately resolve the problems and supersede the president's executive order. Romney's been accused of hedging. He's not backing down, saying he'll come up with a full plan. But for years, Republican and Democratic presidents haven't been able to do that in Congress, which is why the Democrats argue the president's executive order made sense, Bill.
Carl, thank you. Janesville, Wisconsin, the stop today. Thank you, sir. See you soon.